Misconception not supported by facts. As I indicated, this unit will remain with you and guard you. It will also serve as an effective voice for my orders during your journey. I cannot harm you. You are the key to saving the Republic. Pray that you do not prove yourself otherwise.
So you have returned from exile, though I do not know why. You were always difficult to read, when you were tied to the Force, and even more when it was lost to you. But I can sense the death of others upon your hands. I know how this will end. But I will answer your questions, if only for some measure of peace. In exchange, I wish only the answer to one. Why have you done this to the Jedi? Was it revenge or something more? Whatever this threat is, it leaves echoes in the Force, wounds that do not heal. It is something we had never felt before, until you stood before us in judgment, and we exiled you. You are more involved than you know. Whatever is striking at us, it is something tied to you, something you had experienced and survived. Some of us sought to understand you, to find you. It seems we succeeded, even though we thought you were lost to us. Now, as we hoped, you have returned, and you know nothing that could help us. Such irony. What I can tell you, I will. They have scattered, but there is purpose in their movements. It is both to hunt and draw out our enemies. Somehow, we are being targeted through the Force, and when Jedi gather, we are vulnerable. So we have chosen places where it is difficult to sense others through the Force, whether on planets dense with life or touched by war. In such places, we may conceal ourselves, gather information without presenting ourselves as targets. It was part of Kavar's plan. Yes, he felt if our enemy cannot detect us, then perhaps they would believe themselves victorious and show themselves. And we knew that the war would be lost if we continued to act as we had. I do not know where they wander now. There are few of us, though. Too few, and I have not heard from them in some time. Vrook still lives? I had not felt his presence for some time. Very well. Atris, but I had thought she had gone to KOTOR with the others. Yes, she holds the last of the Jedi teachings. It is good she survived. I had not finished my investigations here, and I did not wish to reveal myself. There was nothing I could do. Very well. It is a long story, but there is no harm in you knowing, and someone should know. Only a handful of us remained after the Jedi Civil War, barely 100 in number. Then, even that 100 began to vanish, in places where the Force seemed blind. The only pattern we determined is that when Jedi gathered, they were seen no more. At the last Jedi conclave on the Miraluka world of KOTOR, the entire planet was wiped out, an entire race destroyed, because the Jedi chose to gather there. It was only then that we realized we were facing something far more powerful than we knew how to fight. We could not allow the fact that when we gathered, we placed everything around us at risk. A Jedi's life is sacrifice, but we cannot allow our presence or actions to endanger others. And we could not fight an enemy that will not reveal itself. But any Jedi, anyone who was strong in the Force, who attempted to track down such a threat, vanished without a trace. It does, but you must step back to see it. Whatever this threat was, it was targeting us and everything around us. Yet it was somehow weak enough that it was afraid to confront us openly. If it believed us defeated, then perhaps it would finally show itself. It was a faint hope, but it was the best we had. It was Kavar's plan. He was always the greatest tactician among us, and had seen war more than the rest of us. We could not allow, and we could. I know, whatever. If it. We told you it was because you followed Revan to war, but you ask because you are not certain of that answer. Nor were we. The day we cast you out, that is the moment I decided to leave the Order, because I do not believe we truly faced the reasons you were exiled, and if we do not examine such truths, then we are already lost. I think it was because we were afraid. It is a difficult thing to live one's life with the Force. To see a vision of what it would be like to be severed from it, it is more frightening than you know. Very well. I had thought perhaps that here upon the Smuggler's Moon, I might find some evidence of the threat we faced. The bounties on Jedi and their disappearance. I did not believe the two were connected, but there was a chance. And the strong currents of life here on Nar Shaddaa make perceiving a Force user difficult. I could use it to cloak my movements and watch without being discovered. Very well. Is that what you think? We did no such thing, but it is a technique that has been used as punishment in the past, yes. It is a rare sentence, and to my knowledge it has only been done once, at a moment where a Jedi discipline has failed. What caused your loss, I fear, was different. I am not certain I understand it. We did not understand it fully then, and only recently do I feel we may have become enlightened. The other masters may have more knowledge of this, but I do not, and I do not know if they even live. Does it matter? It seems your power has returned. Perhaps the loss was not a loss at all. Very well. Ah, so the records of your trial were found. Good. Sometimes I think this galaxy would be a better place if there were less Jedi secrets. But I have no answer for you, as much as I would like to give one. We vowed never to speak of it, and although I would not keep promises to Jedi, I keep promises I make to others. And Kavar was a friend. If we were gathered as one, then the promise might be revoked. Until then, I can say nothing. Very well. Yes, such bonds are a connection that can be formed at moments of crisis, or in the slow understanding that grows between master and apprentice. It is most common between two beings who are sensitive to the Force. It allows the transmission of feelings, of influence. It was something you were gifted with, as I recall, before your fall. You formed such attachments easier than most, even to those who could feel the Force only faintly. Even Vrook could not ignore it, which is saying something. I do not know. A bond between two living beings is not something easily broken. It is not a choice. It is like breaking a feeling, like turning away from the Force. One of you would have to die, but even then, the bond wouldn't go away. It would simply be empty. A wound.
He isn't sure of your strengths and weaknesses, so he is using a force form that grants him greater affinity to the Force. This allows him to more quickly regenerate his energies. Don't be drawn into a long battle. Once you understand his technique, attack him aggressively while he dawdles.
If you think to learn anything from my death, then you are wrong. If battle is the only thing you yet learn from me, then that is the only victory this day. What are you waiting for? So, it is as Kavar feared. You have taken what you have learned of the Jedi and used that knowledge against us. Come, that form is still new to you. Let us see if you have the years to back it up.
Walking into other people. Walking into other... I thought... You're not going to... Now get out.
Unnecessary observation. Targets acquired. Annoying recitation. Let us proceed to facilitate communications. Recitation, and bring about the termination of hostilities. Failing master Master. Systems failing, Master.
You interrupting me.
Ulga kilibut malia nuis. Cicis kabela, tapi cayubong, yun bela, bogra kinun chubagra wikili joni, wichi bola no. Cicis kabela, tapi cayubong, yun bela, chopiti man punjame. Sashange bedwana mulera chupawanga kuna konticha chuna konasa watagrito gjimulira nicho dankanau bot malia lechona kobanewa bogra
Greetings.
Unnecessary and... Switching to combat. Systems ratio achieved. Systems failing, Master.
Nishasa Ochud. Backup. No, Nanang. Nishasa Ochutukun. Back.
Laski vahingon ala, ne on edes enemmäs. Laski vahingon ala, ne
Been a lot less winds in here lately.
That crazy Bizarre droid shut down not long ago. Who knows why?
Back again, I see. Da wancha mori chiwa.
Tonoranda Manakan, Ipo Inshua. Taranamo Sibu and Dasarans, Krema Sukun Ratungala, Chawi Moju Kosorat.
Finish. Great. Dicheni Shabila. Dicheni Shabila. Mekanana Kwasholoniki. Mekanana.
HK-47, I did not realize that you still existed, especially now that the other generations are activated.
Query. What is it you wish, Fat One?
I see that your recent reassembly has not affected your behavior core, nor your attitude.
Statement. If I require a similar diagnostic in the future, I shall seek out the Iridonian.
Oh, I do not think so. There is much work that needs to be done first.
Query. Have we had the misfortune to meet before? I believe I would have remembered one as large as you.
Oh, yes, we have met. And I have not finished with you yet.
Why are you here?
Because I told him everything.
Ah, and now you are free.
Yeah, so no more threats, no more of your requests. You and me, we're done.
Did you ever think I truly held you? You're more of a fool than I thought. What truly held you was you, and let me show you why. I once held the galaxy by the throat, as you once held her by the throat and let her die slowly. And your emotion at that point is what you fear. I wielded power like you cannot imagine. Everything I saw was awash with possibilities, spreading outwards, touching everything else. I saw all of that, all that the Force is. And only when it was ripped from me did I truly see it. And I know what lies buried within you, that you hide with your desperate thoughts, your guilt, your lusts. I can unlock that part of you anytime I wish. It is a simple thing, the human mind. Once it feels something strongly, it becomes etched in the memory, the subconscious. Shall I show you? That part of you that hungered to kill Jedi, that took pleasure from it? Or perhaps you will continue to listen to my counsel, and I shall ignore your pathetic attempts at freedom. Now leave me, murderer. I have nothing further to say to one such as you.
Yes? I'm here.
Yes.
I'm here.
Yes.
I'm here.
Status active.
Tawancha morechiwa mufalawa ni bobo wishyo kuna sita dorchuni sobawata.
I have not trained in the dance, but the Ichani fighting arts are very dance-like in their movements. I do not think it would be a stretch for me to do this.
Kawana bota yunta tanga kinamatura. Tayaita ta bosananansata.
If you want me to, yes, I will do this for you. I would have no problem with it, truly. It is not much more than the fighting I am used to.
Muliwrawa iberendia tia wishnu nunga se utadira mata mandrakotu sa minarinkadin.
Put this on?
Kawana bota yunta tanga kinamatura. Tayaita ta bosananansata.
In that case, give it to me, and I will prepare myself.
Gavadumpa munsuru kuplaliyawa. Bo bagaragawanda yaitua ulwanjiuma. Tonino bapin koneyaka. Chuba picha tunayuma mochinawa. Kawana bota yunta tanga kinamatura. Tayaita ta bosananansata. Kawana bota yunta tanga kinamatura. Tayaita ta bosananansata.
Watagrituk jimulira. Nicho Duncan now?
Kawana bota yunta tanga kinamatura. Tayaita ta bosananansata. Entomesh mi paju watamincha yokolundoado nukulabirawa. Tines un soto.
There is nothing for us to just.
Kavadumpe masuraku popayi botenya tachimo. Herinocha, minaradocha, kawanadumpa kankarebe.
Jikarist batkoki. Botmalia lechonajit. Chup what? Na manamato mulira.
It would be best if I waited up.
Ready. Ready.
Status active. It would be best if I waited outside. I do not think Vogga would react kindly to my presence.
You know, I think it's time I gave your cutting laser a little boost. It works fine for repairs, but we could use your help in a firefight. Don't worry about it. We'll make sure they keep you out of their scopes. Hey, it's something for Goto to be jealous of, right? Think of it this way. You can keep Goto in line with it. Finally decided to let me take a look at your circuitry.
Answer: indeed I did. I hope you understand how difficult it is for me to trust a meatbag with something as delicate as my inner mechanics. Explanation: our encounters with my copies has convinced me that I should look into upgrading my capabilities in order that I may be able to destroy them with greater impunity.
Worried you might be going obsolete? I understand.
Objection: nothing of the sort. I am programmed to improve my capabilities if it will improve my chances of destroying a target, even as unsavory an avenue as this.
You don't have to suffer on my account. Maybe you are better off not letting me dig around in you.
Retraction: you must understand, my previous interactions with meatbags have rarely been pleasant. Disclosure: after all, most of those meetings involved the termination of said meatbags.
It obviously couldn't have been your charming personality. Now, if you want me to see if I can upgrade your functionality, just let me get to work on you.
Answer: in that case, please go ahead. Just be careful not to damage any of my delicate parts. Analysis: my self-diagnostic indicates that my performance has indeed been improved. Also, many of my systems are reporting improved efficiency. Commentary. I am most pleased with this turn of events. It would appear that my initial analysis of your mechanical abilities was incorrect.
You're welcome.
Iridonian, if I might have a moment.
What is it, KOTOR?
I have spent some time in the presence of your remote, and the upgrades you have performed on him are quite adequate. I am impressed with your work, though less so with your remote itself.
What's wrong with my remote?
I find his use of resources, energy spent on frivolous things, to be an unsightly waste. But it is obvious you have some skill, however slight, in the upgrading of machines. I want you to provide me with similar upgrades.
I should be able to do something. I will see what I can do next time I have a free moment.
My life. I am prepared both in mind and body for your teachings. I understand now. Such a form will increase my skills and my use to you. My life for yours. I am prepared for whatever you wish to teach me. I understand now. I shall practice what you have taught me. My life.
Yes, General? Sorry, General. Something... Sorry.
Statement. HK-47 is ready to serve, Master. Statement. Oh, I am aware of that. Statement. Statement. State. Answer. Master. Answer. This statement.
There is nothing for...
Yes? Have you come with questions? Very well. The Jedi practice... You may have already... That crystal is bond... Most is this... He... Does it... Atris herself is... I miss... Have you never asked your... Ah. Yes. Ah. Ignorance. And did he? And what do you make of that? The man, I feel, but the beast is a lesson in strength. Learn that lesson, then you will understand. The beast's strength is prodigious, and you can learn much from it, or draw upon it. His life can be a beacon in the dark places of the galaxy where there is no life. Speak with him, discern his nature. Perhaps then it will become clear.
Yes? Is there something you have come to offer me? The fact we are even having a conversation is gratitude. Usually, my conversations do not have the give and take that our current interaction does. And of course, there is much more screaming on the part of the listener when the torture field is activated. I am willing to indulge some of your questions. There are several factors, all of which affect each other. There is the stabilization of Dantooine, the preservation of the restoration efforts on Telos, the political resolution on Onderon, and the unification of a religious power base in the galaxy, either Jedi or Sith. The destruction of my yacht and of all my activities on Nar Shaddaa carry a cost that would take you several lifetimes to pay back. But perhaps the offer of credits will spur you to act quicker, more decisively. I am not unsympathetic to such greed. For every system you stabilize, I will reward you for your efforts. To use a last resort first is often effective. See that you do not disappoint me. There is the stabilization of Dantooine. You have stabilized Dantooine. The Republic has gained a power base in the Outer Rim. You have done well, and the stability you have caused shall be rewarded. I have arranged a transfer of funds from certain interests within the Republic to you. There is the Telos is instrumental to the stability of the Republic. Its success or failure will dictate the economic forecasts of many other worlds. Of course, since the destruction of the Paragus facility, the odds of the Telos restoration project being successfully completed is close to zero. I hope you do not decide that the next thing that must be destroyed to stop the Sith is the galaxy itself. Perhaps one must ask themselves at what point defending your religious ideals is advantageous to the Republic as a whole. As long as your defense does not exterminate more than 50% of those you intend to help, is that acceptable? Then stop causing events of planetary destruction. You are a walking catastrophe, and you are not making saving the Republic any easier. You have... Telos, of course. Of course it was. If you had not gone... If you had simply surrendered to the... I hope you do not decide, perhaps... Onderon is an outer rim world, rich in ecological resources. Its aggressive ecology is capable of bringing devastated worlds back to life. It is currently experiencing a political schism split between two forces. One must triumph for the planet to be stabilized. Now, that would be telling. For now, my presence must remain a secret, and it may remain that way forever. I am willing to... It has been assigned to guard and protect you. As such, it is well suited for a variety of tasks. It is skilled in intimidation, interrogation, and can provide a series of select skills that will make it an effective killing machine. For the most part, it will follow your orders, unless they conflict with mine. Then its proton core will detonate, turning this ship into space dust. There is no negotiation in this. I will not allow you to interfere with my operations and plans. This unit comes with a droid scrambler that you may use against mechanized opponents to randomize their defensive and offensive protocols. Use it, and it will cause droids to wage a civil war in their programming, and they will turn on their allies. Its power source is not limitless, but it is enough. In addition, this unit comes equipped with a portable cloaking generator. It will allow it to enter places undetected in reconnaissance mode. How droll. What an amusing Jedi specimen you are. You may... The assassin droids. I have encountered some, purchased the service of others. Why, I asked them to. To be honest, I believe that was always their intention, but it seems their directive was dormant for some time. If you mean produced, no, I do not. I do know that there are a surprising number scattered throughout the Republic fleet searching for you. What they will do now that you are found is easy to predict. Of course they are. They're droids with very specific protocols that, unless changed, will dictate their movements. Unless you shut them down at the source, they will be stalking you until you are captured or terminated. Why don't you ask their predecessor? That archaic, memory-impaired assassination droid will know more about his subsequent generations than I would. They are masquerading as protocol droids. I have discovered that when they are used in negotiations, they have a predictable pattern of sabotaging whatever peace treaties they are involved with. Because the Republic has no reason to investigate otherwise. And any discovery of their true purpose has been concealed by well-timed accidents. Because their behavior is predictable, of course. By monitoring their presence, I know which worlds will suffer civil wars, planetary conflicts, and Republic bombardment. Of course they are. They're droids with very specific protocols that, unless changed, will dictate their movements. Unless you shut them down at the source, they will be stalking you until you are captured or terminated. Why don't you ask their predecessor? That archaic, memory-impaired assassination droid will know more about his subsequent generations than I would. I am... A common misconception not supported by facts. Revan did not intend to destroy the Republic. He deliberately left the infrastructure of many planets intact, and many military production facilities. I believe that by whatever means he used to build his armada, he recognized that it was somehow a limited source, or that he was only willing to use it to a point. My prediction is that whatever production facility was being employed, it carried a price that Revan perceived as detrimental to the goals of the Sith. And that is why Revan left many military production facilities in the Republic intact. That is what occupies my calculations as well. I believe that Revan saw a war on another front that we did not, or saw the value in keeping a strong military force. That is also a mystery to me. I do not have any evidence upon which to build an answer. It is significant that after the defeat of Malak, the forces decreased considerably, and after Revan's departure from known space, production ceased completely. It is my prediction that whatever was producing such forces needed a strong, effective leader to ensure its stability. Without Revan or Malak, there was no such figure left among the Sith. Unlike Revan, Malak demonstrated no concern for the future of the Republic in his attacks. His stratagems were painfully obvious, intending to crush all resistance everywhere. There was little thought beyond the complete destruction of anything that opposed him. He left quite a mess. I'm still trying to assess all the damage. Between the two, I would have preferred Revan ruled the galaxy. He had foresight in his conquest, a subtlety that Malak did not possess. You may...
T3.
Yes. That crystal there is that.
Care to explain why we have that psychotic Wookiee with us? All right, but this won't end well. Trust me.
Has there been any sign of the ship?
No, mistress, nor any word of our sister. We do not know where they travel now.
The freighter. It is important. And I thought the droid was as well, but I was wrong.
Mistress, we still do not know the significance of the ship or the droid. We downloaded all you asked, but we are still no closer to the answers you seek.
Then perhaps we'll need to have faith that your sister will change her mind, remember her oath, and return to us with the answers we seek.
I hope so, mistress. But there has been no word of her since she departed with the other 4 on the freighter.
4?
Yes, mistress. The Iridonian, the Ichani-trained pilot, the exile, and the old woman.
Old woman?
Yes, mistress.
I do not recall seeing her.
Mistress, she was secured for much of the time the exile was here. At other times you were meditating, and we did not wish to disturb you. Mistress, is there something wrong?
I am tired. I sometimes feel as if things are collapsing all around us. It is just at the edge of perceptions, waiting. I fear things will collapse before our enemies reveal themselves.
Yes, mistress.
I will meditate upon this. Perhaps it will clear my mind.
If you've got some time, I'd like to see what I can upgrade for you.
Yes, I do have a few moments to spare for your work. I would like to know what he is doing here, though.
He helps me out with repairs. That isn't a problem, is it?
I suppose not. Perhaps in working on my circuitry, your assistant will learn something about how a fully functional droid is constructed.
Just ignore him and let's get to work.
I would appreciate that. Our group has little in the way of time to spare, and I would not want to delay you from your other duties.
Right. Let's get you open. See what you can do. I have to say, you are put together quite well. That wasn't much to do.
As I told you, my design is streamlined and efficient, though I am pleased that you were able to make some improvements, and this was not just a waste of my valuable time.
There were a few things from my remote that I was able to integrate into your construction.
I see. Well, thank you. I'll let you get back to your work. Iridonian, I would like to speak with you about your assistant.
My assistant? Oh, right. What is it?
I believe he has it in his head that my relative size is comical. I find his disparaging beeps and whistles to be quite annoying.
I thought only utility droids had size issues.
If I am to continue to operate with him, I would appreciate it if you spoke with him about this. Otherwise, I will be forced to find a more permanent solution.
So you've returned. Really? That's great news. The situation here hasn't improved at all. What did you discover? Vogga the Hutt? That's preposterous. What makes you think we'd be willing to do that? A glut of fuel isn't going to help our position much in this case. It's a resource that's needed throughout the galaxy, and he'll be able to command a high price for it. Still, we don't have much of a choice. We need fuel, and we need it fast. I'll bring this up with the Telosian Council and urge them to broker a deal with Vogga. Now, I believe I gave you my word that there would be a reward for information leading to the establishment of a fuel source for the station. Never believed for a moment that you'd actually be collecting it. But I'm a man of my word, so here you are. Now, I've got to send this information to the Council right away. What is...
The war has really inflated prices here in the outer rim. Medical supply.
Hey there! Care for a game of Pizzak? Oh, I'm sorry. Hey there! Shh. If well done.
Gavadumpa Muns.
Welcome to the entertainment.
Yunsok ko. Donghi. Yunsok. Dahupa bosa kurata go. Tonino. Ento mesh mi paju. Dahupa. Toni. Chavadumpa munsuru kupla liyawa. Bo bagarak dahupa bo sakurata go. Kawana bota yunta tangaki. Kawana bota yunta tangaki.
Charo mamba kondu soto. Donache rami. Panen soka kran. Buonace ni sopa maranga. Panen so. Buonace. Entes krem so chino. Buonace. Don't always search a mak.
So, you're back.
Well, if our treasury continues to be sapped, it's always the same story. Well, if our treasury continues to be sapped, projects like this one, Underrun, will be the next dead planet on the outer rim.
Paramakau. Taranamosi. Vogga kamara. Donos imaragith. Bachabi dog. Donos imaragith. Wanarakorachid. Vogga kamara nendoso. Vogga kamara nendoso ranwi no chabi. Febko imaream ga watasitu insula rakarakachata. Tamaso kinchuda wanka. Vogga kamara nendoso ranwi no chabi. Tonoranga mana. Vogga kamara nendoso. Donos imaragith. Wanarakorachi drumka sa. Vogga kamara nendoso ranwi no chabi. Vogga kamara nendoso ranwi no chabi. In Wamagro, Meiranga, Bomababe want to susintu Mukarata. Tonoranga, Machabi Doko. Dana. Parama. Loka Kama.
Zerka's mercenaries are getting out of hand and they're...
Hello there, and greetings from Isis and Onderon. The
Welcome back. I can understand.
Paramakang. Taranamo Sibu and Dasarans. Cremas. Loka Kamaran and Dosoran with no chabi. Du Rantamana Sobu. Donos Emeragith. Wanarakorachi Drum. Loka Kamaran and Dosoran with no chabi. Du Rantamana Sobu. Donos Emeragith. Wanarakora. Bomababe want to susintu mukarata. To Esrectona. Loka Kamaran and Dosoran with Taranamo Sibu and Dasarans. Crema Sunkun Ratungala. Bomababe want to susintu mukarata. Donos Emeragith. Wanarakorachi Drumkas. Paramakang. Paramakang. Taranamo Sibu and Dasarans. Loka Kamaran and Dosoran with no chabi. Du Rantamana Sobu. Donos Emeragith. Wanarakorachi Drumkas. Bomababe want to susintu mukarata. To Esrectonatada bear mabarchokto. Donos Emeragith. Loka Kamaran and Dosoran with no chabi. Loka Kamaran and Dosoran with no chabi. Du Febko Emerayam Gawatasitu Insula Rakaraka.
doing there? Don't play games with me. I'm going to place you under arrest and take you down to the Perhaps I shouldn't have made it seem... We'll see about that. Hello there.
Paramakau. Taranamo Sibu and Dasarans. Crema Sunkun Ratunga. Loka Kamaran and Dosoran we no chabi. Donos Emeragith. Wanarakorachi Drumka sa inchobin. Loka Kamaran and Dosor. Donos Emeragith. Wanarakorachi. Machabi Doko. Machabi Doko. Donaran. Taranamo Sibu and Dasarans. Crema Sunkun Ratunga. Bomababe want to susin to Mukarata. To Donos Emeragith. Wanarako. Machabi Doko. Donoran.
About time you showed up, Saman. Get your things loaded. I'm already behind schedule.
Loka Kamaran and Dosoran we no chabi. Tu rantamana sobu.
You don't understand how it is with Zerka. When the process stops working like clockwork, questions get asked, and we don't want questions asked, do we?
Loka Kamaran and Dosoran we no chabi. Tu rantamana sobu.
The faster we get this loaded, the faster we can get it out of here.
Stop right there. You are all under arrest, and those goods will be taken as evidence. And you, we're curious about your involvement as well.
Tonoranga Manakan, Ipo Inshawa.
Quit your protestation, Samhan. We all know your little secret. The circumstances have changed. You will be coming with us. So what do you have to say for yourself? Whatever you say. Now, you'll be coming with us.
Machabi Doko, Tonoranga Manatung. Taranamo Sibu and Dasarans. Crema Sunkun Ratungala. Chawi mo Jubu and Kosoracha. Paramakawana Kochokitsa. In Wamagro. Meirangana Noruta. Loka Kamaran and Dosoran we no chabi. Tu rantamana sobu. Donos Emeragith. Wanarakorachi Drumka sa inchobin Sasha. Tosimana Rachata. Bomababe want to susin to Mukarata. Donos Emeragith. Wanarakorachi Drumka sa inchobin Sasha. Tosimana Rachata.
Well, this is Onderon. It looks like there's a long line to get into the ISIS starport.
Something feels wrong here. A great disturbance here in orbit, and again on the planets below.
I guess this blockade is a symptom of larger problems on Onderon. Looks like we're about to find out. I'm receiving a message from some Colonel Tobin. Patching it through.
The Ebon Hawk. I was told to expect your arrival. I don't know your business on Onderon, but it ends here.
We've taken some hits. We can try to fight back, or I can outrun them and hide us on the jungle moon nearby. It's your call. I can't keep us in one piece much longer. Sorry to spoil your fun, but we've got to land now. I'm gonna put us down on that jungle moon. You know, just once I wish someone was glad to see us. But no, if it isn't weapons pointed at our heads, it's someone trying to blast us out of the sky. I remember the days when welcoming committee used to mean something, without being followed by blaster bolts. Well, the space battle's still going on overhead. Since they were so eager to use our hull for target practice, I doubt they're just gonna forget us. Well, I don't like it. Onderon is about as far from the core as you can get and still be in the Republic. But even out here, the locals have heard of us. We're lucky I was able to find this place to land. Looks like something has cleared away the jungle in a few spots around here. Looks like one of the moons of Onderon. Not sure which one. It's mostly jungle and mountain. I did pick up the remains of an old outpost near here. Maybe that's why there's all these clearings around. Maybe they were once settlements.
There were no settlements here. Those clearings were most likely once craters or crash sites.
Crash sites?
This is Duxon, where the Mandalorians began their crusade against the Republic. The remains of whatever outposts you detected here are military ones. We should be careful.
This is where the Mandalorian Wars started? This doesn't look like much of a battlefield.
Much is buried here, and there is much that should remain buried.
It's taken a little damage, nothing too serious. I'm shutting down all unnecessary systems until we make repairs. It'll keep us from being a target. Until the ship is repaired, we're not going anywhere. Unless you can find another route to Onderon, we should sit tight.
There may be a means to get to Onderon by another route. The Force has guided us here for a reason. We should explore our surroundings. There is something here.
Something? Oh, there's something here, all right. Predators. Not small flit darters, but big, mean, nasty predators.
Nevertheless, we should explore our surroundings. And that nearby outpost would be as good a place as any to begin.
Well, if you go, be careful. No telling what other ships were forced down in the battle.
I have a feeling the ship will not be repaired until our business here is concluded. Do I make myself clear?
Yeah, I understand. What's so important about this place?
This is where the Mandalorian Wars began. He fought here once, and there are things here he must see.
He fought here? Why didn't he say anything?
Do you speak of all your battles? Or are there some you wish to forget?